All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to CAGcast episode number 732. I'm your host, GPD, here in Long Island, New York. And as always, we're joined by a man who needs no introduction.
Oh, I get it. That's the joke.
Right. I probably did that one before, but fuck it.
No, I don't think you have. I enjoyed that. That was fun.
As long as you don't think I did it before. That's the important thing.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So welcome to the show, everybody. We're back from our summer break.
Well, you two went on a break. I was here the whole time.
Oh, whose fault is
I was
that?
just sitting there for 2 weeks.
Yeah,
Staring at the monitor.
Right. Just waiting for the Skype meeting to start.
I had my Zoom open and everything.
Right.
Yep.
How did that
No,
go?
that's okay. It went just fine. I had to work. It's okay. I don't miss I'll go on vacation again at some point. My kids got to go away. So Sabrina's away again. She was in Virginia last week. She's in Toronto this week.
I've been to those places.
Where were you guys? Are you not saying? Is it like a secret?
Yeah, Ship and I went to China.
Yeah.
Wow, together?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Slow boat?
Special meeting. I can't tell you because people are going to boycott us if they find out. So don't tell anybody.
I went to the Outer Banks. Have you been there one bit?
I've never been to the Outer Banks.
You should try the Outer Banks sometime.
My fraternity brothers took a lot of trips to the Outer Banks when they were younger.
Sure.
That was like a party spot.
Is there a reason you don't like the Outer Banks, Wombat?
Too many banks, not inner enough.
Not enough Jews.
Not inner enough.
I like my banks inner.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
No, it was a good time. It was we were up in Corolla, which is on the north side of the Outer Banks, and on the way there we happened to cross the home of Gravedigger, the monster truck Gravedigger.
He has his own house.
It's like it's like the dude. It looks like it's probably like the dude's house that invented Gravedigger, and then they turned it into a Gravedigger, I don't know, roadside attraction.
You mean it broke down there, and they were like, we can either move this fucking thing, or we could just open up a shop around it.
Yeah, they were actively working on monster trucks and things.
So did you buy a monster truck? I mean, that's the question. Then that's the real question. Did you get one?
I bought a hat. That's what I bought. I bought a hat, and I had the bloody beer that they served in the Gravedigger diner.
Was it good?
No, I don't recommend the Gravedigger diner bloody beer. Are you familiar with the bloody beer?
No.
I am not.
So
is that like a Bloody Mary? But
it's like a Bloody Mary, but they put Bloody Mary mix in a Corona.
That is the grossest thing I've ever heard in my life.
I didn't know what it was when I ordered it. I'm like, oh, the bloody beer. It must just be a beer that they're like trying to make all gravediggery. And then it came, and I asked, what is this?
But what is?
And she told me.
What does Gravedigger have to do with blood exactly?
He's a gravedigger.
Is there blood in grave digging? Is there a lot of blood in grave digging?
I feel like there isn't. And everything.
Oh, okay.
I come from a long line of gravediggers, and I can tell you,
it's a bloody job. I feel like it's not. The blood must be dried out.
That's where my real last name comes from. Is because back in the day we
worked at night. Because you worked at night.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you better learn some shit about grave digging.
Digging graves in Transylvania. That's what my ancestors did.
Nice. You're gonna enjoy the new Monsters movie, I think.
I saw that trailer. I don't think I will.
I saw that trailer too.
Good.
We should talk about that later. Let's talk about. Let me add that.
We'll talk about that later.
Yeah. The rest of the vacation was all beaches and lighthouses and looking at wild horses, that type of stuff.
How much sunscreen did you put on, and what level of sunscreen?
I think it was just 50. I think it was either 50 or 70.
Dude, living dangerously over there. 50
or 70 is where I live most days.
Right. With that hat, you can maybe get away with 50, I feel.
Well, no, it wasn't this. You mean my vacation hat?
Well, I saw the big vacation hat. Yeah.
The big vacation hat is pretty good.
I got one of those.
I like
too.
that. Yeah.
You gotta have that.
It was fun. Splashed around in the ocean. Climbed up to the top of lighthouses. Went like, oh, it's pretty windy up here. I don't know if I like it being windy up here.
Right.
I could do all those things on Long Island. Like I could go to the top of a lighthouse, and I could go to the ocean.
I feel like it's probably different. Having been to Long Island and been to
more drunk people,
Outer Banks. It's a little different.
But you haven't been to the beach on Long Island. You've only been to like where Cheapy is, and that's not the beach area.
I have a feeling like I don't see as many like Long Island bumper stickers around as I do OBX.
Well, you might see some Montauk, some the ends as well.
Oh, there's plenty of Long Island bumper stickers.
Yeah.
They mostly say, let's go, Brandon.
Wah, wah.
Oh, yes. Yeah, I've seen those.
No, but there are Long Island bumper stickers.
Sure.
I'm sure there's more people
lots
living
of
there.
them.
I didn't say that there weren't any Long Island
Stop
bumper
talking
stickers.
shit about Long Island. We'll kick your fucking ass right
I'm
now.
saying there's more. If we were to do the math, there's more OBX bumper stickers than there are Long Island bumper stickers.
I don't know about that. Because that's one sticker against like a lot of stickers, I feel. Like there's a lot of different Long Island stickers.
I'm pretty confident in this assessment.
I
don't think you understand like the geography of how many people feed into.
A lot of people
OBX.
go to the outer. It's like, it's a
Right,
that's
it's
a
a whole
tourist that only exists for tourism,
It's a cash grab.
as opposed to Long Island, which does not only exist for tourism.
Right. It's just millions of people live here. Just, but we go to the beach. And we do.
I was there on Saturday, and I was in the ocean, and it was lovely.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. I took a Southwest road trip and drove 1,200 miles around. Went from Denver. Like imagine a counterclockwise circle from Denver, starting and ending in Denver, but going through parts of Colorado, parts of New Mexico, and back up through parts of Colorado, and then back out here. And I got to say, it's a lot like Forza, which was the Forza Horizon that was in Colorado. Was it the first one? One of them took place in Colorado for sure, because they had the whole music festival there. Remember?
I will
music
take your word
festival
for
in
it.
Forza. Remember that?
That's all of them.
But
That
in the
would be
mountains
everyone?
and stuff. Well, I know they're all pretty much. It's just about the color. Like it was the red one. The red one. Do you remember the one where most everything was red and brown?
Was that 3, maybe 2?
Horizon. Yeah, I forget. It was. I don't know. Anyway.
No, the third one was Australia, right? Wasn't it Australia, then England, and then Mexico?
Yeah,
That's 3,
so,
4, 5.
So 2 or
One.
1.
I think it was one.
Yeah.
Where was 2?
Long Island.
I forgot. It was Long Island.
That Forza that everyone loved, where the roads were just flat.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever driven?
It was the really exciting one where you get to go like 70 miles an hour, then 5 miles an hour.
Right.
70 miles an hour, then 5 miles an hour.
This is more like roads that are straight and just go as far as you can see. And sometimes there's no cars at all. And the speed limit's 75, but the reality is if you're in the left lane, there's no speed limit because you got to be doing at least 90. And I'm not used to driving that fast because here the speed limit's 55 and you can get away with 65. And maybe 70.
Did you like rent a cool car, or did you just get a regular car?
I rented a cool car because I have a cool car normally. So you got to have like something that's at least as good or close to your normal car.
I assume like if I was going on a trip like this where the bulk of the trip, like I knew I was going to be doing heavy driving, I would also rent a special car.
Correct.
That's why I'm asking the question.
The good way to do that, I don't know if you've done this before, but there's basically an app that's just like Airbnb, but for cars called Turo. And you can scroll through people's cars and basically get whatever you want if you're willing to pay for it and they allow the type of mileage that you're looking to do.
We had a Toyota Corolla SUV.
From Turo?
In the Corolla section of the Outer Banks?
Yes.
Oh, no. I rented an Audi S4 and I got it up to like 98 or so, but I'm very uncomfortable driving quickly.
I understand. Did you stop to eat in New Mexico? Because I heard the food
we stayed there. We stayed in New Mexico. We stayed in one town every night. We moved on. We stayed in Denver, Grand Junction. We stayed in a teepee in the middle of nowhere, Colorado, which was like a fully decked out teepee, like air conditioning, television, shower, but the walls there's no walls, so you can hear everything outside.
Now, and you and your wife shared a teepee. You didn't have separate ones.
No, that would make no sense. There's only one teepee. There's only one teepee.
I didn't know if you were relaxed or if you were too tense.
Oh, stop it. Did you write this ahead of time?
No, but I wish I did.
Right. Oh, you did a good job.
Thank you. I thought that was funny.
No, they only had one teepee. It's an Airbnb thing. It was pretty cool, actually, except it's weird being able to hear like every noise outside.
Did you have red and green chilies in New Mexico?
I did. Do you know what they call that when
A Christmas burrito?
you see? You watch too much fucking Food Network.
Yeah, I do. That is 100% accurate.
Right, Christmas style is what they call it. Like you can when you get the red chili sauce with the green chili.
What
So
do
I
you like
learned
better, red or green?
Whatever, just eat everything. It's all so good.
Sounds about right.
Everything was pretty good. And we went to Santa Fe and Mesa Verde, which is, you can see like the Pueblo villages built into the side of the cliffs, which is crazy. Like you drive up a mountain, you have to like drive like an hour inside a park, and then, which is all like, the driving is fucking crazy. It's like Forza, like, you know, curvy roads, like there's no like traffic really. So you can just, you know, you can die at any moment just by driving off the side of the mountain if you fuck up. So it's really on you to like not kill yourself and your family while you're driving your luxury Audi sports sedans. But it was pretty fun and cool to see, like, you know, you can walk through these Pueblo artifact villages and you climb these ladders and shit. It was really, I would recommend Mesa Verde if you go. I would recommend a Colorado trip for anyone living in like New York because it's so easy. It's like only 3-hour plane ride there.
My wife and daughter went there. My wife's best friend lives in Colorado.
It's
so
fun.
They went out there like a year ago and they had the best time.
People are real nice there. Like they're friendly. Like one thing I noticed is that like New Yorkers are pretty loud in comparison to people there. Like I noticed.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Coming back to the restaurants here, just noticed how like loud everybody was at their table and how we didn't really hear people's conversations while we were eating dinner in restaurants in the Southwest. And I also noticed, you know, we went to some like touristy areas in Colorado, like I guess like Durango. We stayed at
Monster Jam.
We didn't but we stayed in a town called Durango, which is like a Wild West town. If you saw National Lampoon's Vacation, it's where Chevy Chase steals the money out of the cash register, where he tries to write the check to the guy. And
yeah.
Anyway, there's a lot of people that are still wearing. It's like I've learned that this is a very big country during this trip, not just like the big sky and the big roads.
I'm glad your horizons were broadened here.
Yes, but like, you still see people, like a whole family will walk towards you wearing Remember 9/11 t-shirts. Like, or like the black American flag, the black and white American flag t-shirts. Like a whole group of guys just like walking around like that's normal. Like we should all wear black t-shirts with like, you know, like those sayings like, I forget the sayings, but like the kneeling before the flag. I'd rather, I don't know. Fill in the meme of your choice, but it's just
I feel like you're finding out that the rest of the country exists
because it's like I've saw a lot of license plates that I really never seen before, like Mississippi, Tennessee, New Mexico. I mean, I was in New Mexico, but that was in like Colorado though. I think a lot of different states come to like some of these Colorado towns as for their vacation. I saw like a kid who looked exactly like he was ripped from Vacation, the movie Vacation. The kid's son, the living in the farmland, Randy Quaid's son, like wearing the same clothes, like in a cowboy hat. I was like, what is going on here?
Is this isn't your first time anywhere between the coasts, right?
No, I've been to Colorado before. But we went to a few especially touristy areas where you definitely got a lot of people from like Utah and like all kinds of places where you don't see them walking down the street at you. And like, I see them looking at like Mrs. Cheapy. I'm like, these guys ever see an Asian woman before? I'm not sure about that. I certainly haven't seen too many around, in the last few days. So it's just, I mean, it wasn't like a bad thing at all. It just like got me thinking like, yes, this is a big country and not just like the geography, but we're still wearing these 9/11 shirts as a family, and you see the families wearing like, we're on the family trip and everybody's wearing the same shirt. Like
I'm enjoying this eye-opening moment for you.
It was cool. It was cool
that you flew right over my part of the country and landed midstream and got out and looked around and were like, what is this?
And you had the luxury of getting back on a plane and going back to your.
It wasn't bad. I'm not saying that any of this was bad. I'm just saying it was really like nothing bad happened. Like
I'm not saying that either. It's just it's interesting to me that like this is the take that you have, because I haven't thought about that before. You really haven't explored much of the middle America.
No. Florida, been to Florida plenty of times.
Florida is its own totally different thing.
Right. And I've been to Colorado before, but mostly Denver and like Colorado Springs. Never like, you know what it was? It was because these places were so touristy. It was a concentrated dose of like Midwest people, I think, on vacation and everything that brings. And it wasn't a bad thing.
You didn't have that up in Rochester?
No, I mean, those are just like, you know, New Yorkers who talk a little different.
I don't know, because that's kind of bordery.
But you know, you're in college and you're not really interacting much with the community. You're pretty isolated there.
I guess I don't know.
Yeah. It was cool. And I'm trying to think. We went to the Santa Fe Opera. So we went to the Santa Fe Opera to see Carmen, and you know, Mrs. Cheapy was really excited. She had to buy the tickets, you know, way in advance. And we get there, and the show was about to start. We're so excited, and the guy gets on stage. He's like, "Ladies and gentlemen, I have to tell you, we've had a problem with the stage elevator, and we cannot remove the set from this other show that we're going to be doing like next month." And so, like, these two giant staircases are on the stage. They're even on the pallet, like the pallet. They're like the loading pallet. And he's like, we can't move them, so we're just gonna do the show around this other set that's here for this other show. And it was fine, like, you know, the singing was fine, but it was weird because I guess it was like a modern version of Carmen. Not like I'm an opera person or anything, but they were right. So they were all wearing like jeans and stuff. It was like a modern version. So it was like they really tried to like save money.
Wearing jeans. I hope you like jeans.
It was weird. Yeah. Mrs. Cheapy did not like the jeans.
It's a modern version of Carmen.
And I heard a guy during the intermission say to his wife, you know, I think I like it better with this other set on the stage. Like he was like, you know, I think I wouldn't even like if it had a real set. I like it like this with the wrong set. And I was like, the fuck is wrong with people? Come on. This is
I love that you went to the Midwest, the Southwest,
to
go watch a Broadway type show.
It wasn't Broadway. It was an opera. It wasn't
was the Sight and Sound show not playing while you were out there?
It's an outdoor. No. First of all, this theater is outdoors and in the mountains. And so, like, you look at when you're watching the stage, you also in the background see, like, you're in the mountains. And it was very interesting to see. That's how laid back the people are in Santa Fe, that they see a show that's been fucked up and they're like, oh, I like this better that it's fucked up.
I always wanted to go to New Mexico. I'm kind of jealous of that.
It's cool. The food was awesome. People were nice. Yeah.
I know I still can. I'm not saying.
I saw Kit Carson's grave. You know, Kit Carson? He was like a frontier guy, killed a lot of Indians for money. Went to his house, saw his house.
Nice.
Did he have a plaque?
He did have a plaque. I took a picture. He had a whole museum at his house. Forget about plaque. But we didn't go to that. And we stayed at a weed. So, you know, Colorado has been legal for weed for a long time now. But I guess like they're slow about everything because everything just seems like at a slower pace there. And we stayed at two supposed weed hotels. One is like converting to a weed hotel soon. And we got to hang out with Ben Gilbert there and watch like the ghost tours go by. Ben Gilbert was in town. So we got to hang out. What? You didn't know that Ben Gilbert was for something else? He was like there for, I don't know, some friend thing.
That's really strange.
I know, but we got to hang out. We ate Vietnamese food and smoked big doinks on our patio while the ghost tours went by. So we made our own ghosts on the patio. But that was just a regular hotel that's at some point is going to be a weed hotel. But the last stop we stayed at this place called the Inhale Bed and Brunch. And that place, when you check in, they're like, okay, you can smoke weed anywhere in the hotel, in your room, in the common areas, while you're eating at the There's a community table where like they bring a chef in to make food for everybody. It's like staying in your, like, if you had a wealthy uncle or something and they had a nice house in the mountains. And that place is going to be really, but again, it's not quite, I mean, it's set up in terms of you can smoke there. But like nobody was really there. So when we went in there, like it didn't smell like weed, like nobody was smoking. And I saw a guy I saw a redhead there, a young redhead guy from Philadelphia. And I was very worried that he was going to get sunburned. And I told him your scary face story. So he would wear lots of sunscreen because
that's good.
He was very white. And yeah, he said he was on it. And then I gave him a joint and then we smoked it after we had chicken and waffles. But that place will be very good once they install their hot tubs and get a swimming pool. So stay tuned for that. But overall, I would say Colorado is a great place to visit if you're, I guess it's pretty centrally located by its nature.
Yes. Good?
Yeah, I'm great. All right. I'm super good.
Tune in next year for when Cheapy visits another Midwestern or Southwestern city.
I don't like, when's that going to happen really? Like what did I miss?
I don't think it is.
What do I need to visit? Like to line them up for me. This was pretty like
you ever been to Chicago?
Yes.
Okay.
I've never been to Chicago.
It's a big city.
Yeah, another place I've always wanted to go.
Texas?
Never been. Nope.
You ever been anywhere in Texas?
Nope.
Why wouldn't go somewhere in Texas?
Saw a lot of Texas license plates though on this trip. For sure. Well, Texas, I don't know. It's very, very humid. Like at least it's hot here, but it's very dry. You just have to drink a lot of water so you don't get dried out. But yeah, I was pretty weak to the altitude though. Got tired pretty quickly.
Milwaukee,
no.
That's on it for you.
No.
Any of the C cities in Ohio?
No. None of these places have legal weed of high quality. You know what I'm saying? That's a pretty big draw.
I'll keep an eye out.
Yeah, let me know. I don't think it's happening in Ohio anytime soon.
I bet Kentucky has some.
I've been to Kentucky. I've been to. Oddly enough.
Really? For the fried chicken?
I stopped there. I went to Memphis. I know Shipwreck's been there. Spent many years there.
Yes.
I went to Memphis and Cincinnati. I've been there. I've been all through Ohio. But yeah, I haven't been to Colorado or New Mexico or Chicago. I don't know.
The last three places you mentioned all have legal weed. The first three places do not.
Well, this was also like 20 years ago. But anyway, are we doing show feedback?
Why is this so long?
Why is what so? Oh,
feedback.
Oh my goodness, I don't have to read the whole thing.
Right.
Technique had to say, Cheapy, very excited to hear about your DJ lessons, and I'm looking forward to you posting videos of yourself DJing, scratching in the future. And he laughed out loud when I was fist bumping and imitating pseudo DJs. And then he goes on to say how much he likes the show, and
we're great.
He's been listening since episode 1.
There's some video on the Twitch channel that you can see some scratching if it's still there. Probably.
Have you finished your lessons, or are you still?
No, I haven't even started yet. I only have
all done with the lessons.
What's that?
I don't know.
All done with the lessons.
I don't know. I honestly don't remember when we brought it up.
I only got enough money for 2 lessons, and I haven't taken any of them yet.
Nice.
Or even called the place, but maybe tomorrow I'm going to do that.
Okay.
I was on vacation.
Welcome back. Get to work. Scratching.
Yes, I did scratch plenty though since I've been back. Don't worry.
Excellent. And Javery has to say, been a while since I posted, but I'm still listening to the podcast regularly. Just wanted to let you guys know that the show is super high quality and really entertaining.
Is he joking?
I hope not. And now I know for sure you guys are cool since you mentioned enjoying Radiohead Kid Amnesia demo game thing, which is cool. It's on the PlayStation 5 and the PC, and it's free.
Yeah, that is cool.
He was at least a lawyer at some point, so
I think he still
joke
is.
or lie.
That's right.
I believe. I think that's how that works.
Javery. I didn't see that it was Javery.
Yeah, this is old school. These are old school commenter.
Wow. Oh, I see.
Yeah.
I didn't know there was a theme. You got to let me know the theme ahead of time.
There's a theme. I was going to say it after, but you beat me to the punch. And says, since I rarely have time for games these days, what is one recent must-play single-player game that you recommend? No first-person shooters or sports games.
Oh, gosh. What's a good recent...
Guardians of the Galaxy, maybe?
No, fuck that. That's
good.
That's not good enough.
Pretty good
It's
game.
too short though. You need something that he can sink
No,
his
he
teeth
doesn't. He
into.
doesn't have time for games. That's why. That's why I think it might work.
Oh, all right.
Did you finish that game, Cheapy?
Yeah. I finished about half an hour of it or whatever.
And you're saying it's too short.
I don't know. I think if you only get to say one game, you got to really like choose that game carefully.
That's a good game. I feel like
sure.
Marvel?
Award-winning game.
And it's on Game Pass.
Yes.
So, just throwing it out there.
I like that suggestion.
Thank you.
Good. Ship's behind you.
Mm-hmm.
Now I don't have to think of anything.
Ship, how are you enjoying your Atari speaker hat?
Oh yeah, I bought an Atari speaker hat since
see.
The last time we were together. They just got they finally got down in the I don't know, around $50 range or so.
Yeah, I thought about it.
So the nice thing about an Atari speaker hat is that you can hear the music really loud and everybody around you can
Where's
hear
that
music but not well.
Right. Where's that coming from? Where's that annoying sound coming from?
Why does it sound like I'm in an elevator, but I'm sitting on the couch?
Who's bothering me nearby?
Mhm.
So that's cool.
Yeah. It doesn't really serve a purpose that earbuds don't already satisfy.
How's the sound quality though for you as the wearer?
For the wearer, it seems really loud coming directly into your face, but not directly into your ears. Right?
You feel the sound wash over you?
Yeah, you can really feel it, and so you're like walking around, and I mean it's nice that it's coming with you while you're walking around.
You're spraying music on your face, and some of it goes into your ears, and some of it goes into the other people's ears.
Would it be good for like jogging? Or is it too heavy?
It's not all that heavy. It's heavier than a normal hat would be. But it's
the speakers.
Yes, due to the and I mean the letters are pretty raised too. But
that brim looks serious.
Yeah, I don't know. Like it's straight, and I don't know if I think I'm just going to keep it straight because I don't know. I feel like bending the brim of it where all the wires and everything are.
You got to give it a little bend. I feel it's looking a little too straight. You're a little too old
I have
to
a
pull
question.
off the
Have you worn the hat in public?
I have not yet, but it seems like a good hat for me to go to like Walmart and just listen to music while I'm shopping around Walmart in my flip flops.
I just want to know if anyone ever stops you and says, "I like your hat." That's all I want.
Or shut the fuck up. Where's that annoying sound coming from?
I'll go for either. I'll try it out. I don't know. For $50, I'm like, I'll give it a shot. It's Bluetooth. It links up to my phone just fine.
Yeah, I had it open I had the page open on my phone, and I thought about it. It's like I'll just let Shipwreck handle this one.
Statement piece, really.
Yeah,
I haven't tried wearing it backwards yet to see if like putting the music coming in from behind is like a better option.
You can deflect it off your back to other people better, maybe.
You just don't know. They've solved the problem of headphones by putting it on your
face.
Yeah.
You should have called it like face music or something.
But how many of these have they sold? They've sold a decent amount of these, right?
They must have if they're already down in price and stuff, right? I don't know.
Or they just have a huge warehouse filled with these fucking things.
Which is also very possible.
At least the NFTs don't take up space.
I'm waiting for the speaker hat 2.0.
Yeah.
Are you?
Yeah, I feel like they're going to come out with one that has speakers in the front and speakers in the back.
Right. Or on the top, you could like the birds can hear.
Mm-hmm. I want full surround sound.
All speakers.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
You can also answer the phone on it.
So fucked up.
So
people can almost
Mr.
hear
Shipwreck
your
doesn't like when I do that.
Right. I bet.
When she calls me and I answer on the speaker hat.
Are you on the hat again? Am I on the hat? Am I on the hat?
No.
Yeah, that way people can hear like one half of the conversation excellent and the other half of the conversation so-so.
Mm-hmm.
We're nearby. All right, let's remind people that LI Retro is coming up, and they can go to liretro.com for more information. It's August 12th to the 14th. We're doing a show there apparently. But they haven't told us when. It's gonna be one of those days in that range. So if you want to see all about Long Island and check out our stickers, that's the place to come. There's going to be a parking lot.
Long Island bumper sticker.
Check me out.
Where do I get one of those at?
Long Island bumper stickers?
A bodega? Do they have those at the bodegas?
There aren't many bodegas on Long Island. There's more diners on Long Island.
There's a lot of diners. I've been to Long Island like 7 times at this point. But
yeah, I was gonna say maybe I'll drive you down to the beach and I could say like, here's the beach, and then we could drive back.
Leave him there.
Mm-hmm.
Without shade. Okay. So yeah, liretro.com. Let's do some watch this jerks.
Sure. I saw the big movie. Did anyone else see the big movie?
Not seen any movies.
I saw the Thor: Love and the Thunder.
How's that? I haven't seen it yet.
It's good.
Hey, no spoilers.
The first like half hour to 45 minutes of the movie is weirdly choppy. I have a theory that people may not have been in the same room when they filmed scenes and they kind of like digitally stitched things together. That's a theory, unsubstantiated, but due to COVID, it kind of makes sense to me. Like there's supposed to be witty banter, but sometimes the lines don't hit like they're supposed to. And that's why I think it happened. It could be maybe some of these actors just have zero chemistry with each other, which is also theoretically possible. But I don't know. That's what I'm going with. It's also like surprisingly dark at points.
That's the thunder part.
Yeah. Well, are you familiar with the Smiths song "Girlfriend in a Coma"?
No.
Yes, I am.
Okay, you know how that's like a bouncy song? Like it's bouncy and it's fun to listen to, but if you actually listen to it, it's really depressing.
Yeah,
like,
that's
lyrically.
why that's why Bumblebee in the Bumblebee movie spits it out.
Yeah. But yeah, that's how I would describe Thor: Love and Thunder. It is the girlfriend in a coma of Marvel movies.
Yikes.
Does that make sense?
I'm okay with that. I can listen to the Smiths.
Yeah, no, I love that song. I also know people that hate that song. It also explains a lot, I think, of the divisiveness of this film in general. But I don't think it's as good as that song, generally, overall speaking. But that's like thematically, I think that's what they were going for. Is this sort of here's this sort of bounciness and some use of color that's very interesting, and underneath it, it's not. There's something else going on.
I stopped listening. All I can think about is the Bumblebee movie now.
Right.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry.
No, it's good. I like the Bumblebee movie.
Okay. Well, I'm glad that's what you're thinking of. I'll move on since I'm the only one who's seen it.
Natalie Portman's from Long Island, so
she is.
Shout out, Strong Island.
She has a sticker on her car. That's how I know.
Yep. The fish. Salt life.
I also watched Last Night in Soho, which is on HBO Max. Cheapy, have you watched that? You need to.
Yep, I've heard of that. It looks cool.
I give that movie an A.
Not in 4K,
out of 10.
Like most of HBO Max's shit now.
No, but I think you won't miss it. I think the movie's engaging enough that you'll be fine.
I'll squint.
Yeah. I think Mrs. Cheapy would like it too.
Why?
Because it's a good movie.
Oh, I thought I was waiting for you to like step into some trap.
No, because it's a good movie, and usually you don't watch things that she won't watch with you.
Right.
And I think she would like it.
No, yeah, I've already told her about it.
Yeah.
We're gonna check that out.
I don't want to spoil anything about it.
Good, don't.
The less, this is my advice, the less you know about this movie, the better.
Every movie.
And yeah, that's it. I'm not even going to say any more.
I watched the Nicolas Cage movie on the plane. The one massive talent something or other. You know that movie?
Yep. How was that? Trashy?
That's a good movie to watch on a plane.
Yeah, it's about
you don't have to like pay much attention, and it's Nicolas Cage, so like you're still gonna like be drawn to it. And it's got some funny parts, but you don't have to pay for it. So it's perfect.
I watched Brian Wilson Long Promised Road on the plane. I Wombat, you still have not seen this, right?
No, I haven't. Is it good?
It's interesting. Yeah, you would like it. It doesn't jump all around chronologically or anything. So it's basically a lot of him and Jason Fine, who's the Rolling Stone editor that has been assigned to Brian Wilson like his entire career. Basically them driving around in the car and him talking to Brian Wilson because they're friends. And PB, you might like it too because it's kind of depressing too because Brian Wilson has a lot of like mental illness.
Right. I love
And his
that.
father was like a giant a-hole.
Perfect.
Correct. They get into that as well, but like some of it's hard to watch, right? Like because of the mental illness portions of it. Like you can tell like he's struggling with things, but
Right.
other times he's like fully cognitive and like engaging. And this guy who wrote all these great songs, right? And it's like continuing to like want to write music and perform music.
Do they
He's in
talk
Cincinnati
about?
soon. He's like Cincinnati like in 2 weeks, I think.
Does he talk about the other Beach Boys? I assume. Does he talk
Yeah.
about his brothers? And
He does. He talks about his brothers.
Does he talk about Mike Love? Does he call him an a-hole?
He talks about Mike Love some, but I mean, it's clear that like he gets very emotional, like and just kind of like shuts down on things. Like that's just like kind of his personality.
Well, both of his brothers have passed away, so I could understand that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I
it's
think
a
he
lot
still
of
gets along well with Al Jardine, though.
yeah. It's a pretty good documentary. I think you would like it, Wombat. You should check it out.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
Yep.
So, are we going to talk about this Monsters trailer that looks like it was filmed in someone's backyard?
I feel that the Monsters movie could still be good and that it could just be a bad trailer.
I hope so. There's something very weird about that trailer where it doesn't. It looks like it was made like for like some sort of straight to DVD kind of movie, and I don't know. But I feel like Rob Zombie could make something good.
Right.
This is written and directed by Rob Zombie, and it's rated PG. And it's the Monsters.
It sort of looks like the Monsters. I mean, it looks like the Monsters, and the guy playing Herman seems to have it. I don't know.
I guess. I know exactly.
Whatever.
I don't know.
The fucking Monsters. It's not exactly Shakespeare.
No, I'll see it. I know I'll see it at some point in my life. I will watch this
on
Monsters
an airplane,
movie.
possibly. All right. How about some TV stuff?
I finished Ms. Marvel today.
Nice.
Is that only 6 episodes?
Only 6 episodes. And I'll say that the 6th episode is the best of the series, maybe the best final episode of any of the Marvel shows. So I know, Ship, you've been watching that, right?
I'm only still 2 episodes in, but we're really enjoying it.
Okay. This is what I will say about Ms. Marvel. The first 2 episodes actually are really good. I think the first 3 episodes. There's the 4th and 5th episodes probably could have been 1 episode.
That's generally the case in all these shows, right?
It is. Yeah. Yeah. It's nothing. I'm not saying anything that's new. but that's basically, I mean, I think if it could have been an excellent movie also, like maybe this one didn't need to be a series, but I will say that it's all worth it for the final episode. So stick with it because I think it ends really well.
She becomes Mrs. Marvel.
I will stick with it. I like that character. So
I do too.
And the actress is quite good. Like this is her first role of any sort too.
Yeah. Yeah. No, everyone in it is great. Everyone in it is charming and, knows. See, I like what's his face, Bruno. I like the actor that plays Bruno a lot too. I think he does a good job with that character.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's a great show. I know that very few, like no one's watching it apparently, which is kind of a bummer, but
that's weird.
I don't know. I know people should watch it. It's good. It's worth it because I do think unlike a lot of these shows that don't stick the landing, this one does. I think this show would have been better. I think all of these shows would be better if they didn't just try to tell a 6-hour movie. They either need to make a movie or make a TV show. Not everything needs to be one story dragged out. So that's my advice for, I don't know, all television.
Right. That would work for Obi-Wan too.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like you could say that about so many shows.
That thing didn't need to be 6 hours or whatever it was. Like not that much happened.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Did you watch that? Did anybody watch Obi-Wan or no?
I never finished it. I watched, what was it? If that's 6 episodes, I watched 4.5.
Oh my God. You're not going to see the dramatic conclusion. You'll never guess what happens.
He fights Darth Vader.
Yeah.
How did I figure that out? Exactly. I did start Only Murders in the Building season 2.
Oh, I didn't even know it was back.
It's back. It's really good.
I don't know if I'll be able to figure out.
Yeah, we haven't started it up yet, but we will.
That was one that actually did, in that first season. Yes, it told an overarching story, but it kind of broke it up into little stories within the big story. Like they actually solved the mystery halfway through the season, which wound up not being the main mystery, which I think is part of why that show worked so well.
And Steve Martin.
And it's Steve Martin and Martin Short. Selena Gomez, of course.
Anybody watching The Boys?
I still haven't watched it yet.
It's good. We finished season 3. It was a very good season.
I watched the first 2 seasons. Here's my concern about The Boys.
Okay.
Is I don't know if I'm in the mindset to watch something that's gory violent.
Okay, it's pretty gory violent.
Yeah, and that's just it. Like I have to be in the mood for the gory violence.
Everything is gory violent now, though. Almost everything.
Well, that's why I've been watching Ms. Marvel, because it's not. And even Only Murders isn't gory.
No.
I feel like I don't need shock value in my TV right now. And I feel like The Boys is just shock value the show.
Oh, I mean, it's not really. It's pretty interesting.
Is it? Okay.
Yes, it's pretty interesting. Yes, it's a lot of gore, but it's also there's a lot going on there. And the acting is really good.
Yes.
We also started watching Westworld, latest season of Westworld, which is really good because I can understand what's happening. They seem to have tried to not make it too complicated this season. So that's good. We're enjoying that. And we're watching Stranger Things also. Anybody watching that? No.
My son finished it today.
It's very long and
that's what he said.
I don't even know if I like it, but I guess I do. I don't know. It's just kind of there. It's like comfort food, I guess, but not particularly good comfort food. It's just there. And it's got that song you want to hear. So that's it for Watch This Jerks. Shipwreck, you've been reading books?
I went on vacation and read a bunch of books.
Let's hear about it.
I read Reggie's book, Disrupting the Game.
Did he disrupt the game? How did he disrupt the game? Name one way how Reggie disrupted the game.
That's how he frames himself.
He walked into Pizza Hut or Domino's, wherever it was. Pizza Hut.
And said, how about if we made a pizza that isn't shitty?
Exact opposite. No, that's exactly opposite of what he did.
No, he walked in. He said, "This pizza's good.
Oh,
but it's not in a big enough box. Do we have any bigger boxes? And can we put a bigger pizza in the bigger box?"
Okay. Yeah, it was to combat the get 2 pizzas for the price of 1 at Little Caesars. Little Caesars was getting into their market, and so
wait, where did he work for Didn't he work for Godfather's? No, that was some other dude.
He worked for Pizza Hut.
Pizza Hut. Okay.
Yeah. He worked for Pizza Hut for a short amount of time, pizza. And he invented the Bigfoot pizza. His book it's a very good book. It's not just a straight autobiography or just like retelling of all of his jobs, but it does do that at the same time. He's got leadership tips and things that worked, things that didn't, because he landed at a lot of companies, right? Like he started at P&G and then was at Pizza Hut and other. I'm forgetting. He had every 2 years he was jumping for a while until he landed at Nintendo. And then there's a small section in there, of course, where he got to GameStop. And he was there right. He was there for on their board.
Yes.
Post Nintendo, he was like, yeah, I'll come to GameStop. I have all these great ideas. I have great insight on the industry.
Yeah.
Obviously, the dude is, he's really good at marketing, right? Like he's good at running businesses. He's good at marketing. And he got there and the new leadership team came in and they just weren't going to listen to him at all. Like anything he would say, he got shut down. And he's like, why? I'm out.
Yeah, I'm sure. Like it's so weird.
Well,
because probably Reggie's not tied into NFTs, I'm thinking.
No. Like,
no, he's known for being smart and good at business.
Right.
Yeah.
Big box. You can't put NFTs in a big box. Forget it.
But no, it's a really good book.
Cool.
Particularly if you're like looking for like management type stuff. Like if you're looking for like a business type of book with a little bit loose, like interesting, like works for a whole bunch of interesting companies, right?
So, that should be cool. Yeah, I would read that.
And it's a quick read too.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever read Norwegian Wood? That's the second book I read on vacation.
No, I've read other Murakami books, but I haven't read that one.
You should read that one. That one's really good.
Let me guess, it's really weird.
No.
Oh, it's not weird?
It's not super weird.
Oh. Does it have erections in it? How many erections are in it? So many
erections.
Yeah.
There's a lot of grabbing of said erections.
Yeah. He likes to write about boners, Murakami, a lot, and sex in like weird in a weird way.
Yeah, that's definitely in there. This is like it's a coming of age story.
Oh, he loves that.
Really good book, really well put together. You should definitely read it.
Right. The Wood is about the boners, Norwegian Wood, I'm pretty sure.
Mm-hmm. That's exactly what it's about.
Yeah.
I mean,
so is this written before the song or after?
No, it references the song, which is obviously also about boners. I mean, it seriously is. So yeah, they tie in here.
Nice. Cool.
Yeah, it's very good. I also read the Dave Grohl, the latest the Storyteller autobiography.
He was on Howard Stern promoting that, I'm pretty sure. Sounds familiar.
Yeah, I'm sure he was. That one's an interesting one as well, right? Because it touches on pre-Nirvana, Nirvana, and then all the Foo Fighters stuff, and just like he tells it in a way that's just like a lot of it is like individual stories from all of those time periods, rather than just like, and then I was in Nirvana for 18 months or 2 years or however long it was, and we wrote this song and this song. It's not like that. It's more like personalized than that. And at the same time, it's like there's a lot of Taylor Hawkins stuff in there, right? Like, because it was written and released just prior to that. So that's always part of it, like why you're reading it too, like being that in the recent news.
Right.
But I recommend all three of those books though.
Nice. Look at you reading all these books.
Reading. I don't even know how.
Right.
But you know what I do know how to read?
Right.
Advertisements.
There you go.
Do you though?
We're going to find out in about 3 seconds. Because what is HelloFresh? With HelloFresh, you get farm fresh, pre-portioned ingredients and seasonal recipes delivered right to your doorstep. Skip trips to the grocery store and count on HelloFresh to make home cooking easy, fun, and affordable. And that's why it's America's #1 meal kit. Choose from 55 plus weekly options featuring pre-portioned high-quality ingredients picked at peak ripeness. HelloFresh delivers fresh quality produce from farm to your door in less than a week, so you can summer flavors right from your home. Skip the grocery store and spend more time soaking up the summer sun. HelloFresh Market is a one-stop shop for all your mealtime needs with quick breakfasts, lunches, snacks, desserts, and more. Foolproof step-by-step recipes mean a joyful cooking experience and a stress-free summer. Plus, HelloFresh cuts back on time spent in the kitchen with meals and ready around 30 minutes or less. HelloFresh is 72% cheaper than dining at a restaurant and is even cheaper than grocery shopping. That's money back in your pocket. And don't forget, Green Chef is now owned by HelloFresh, and with a wider array of meal plans to choose from, there's something for everyone. We love switching between the brands, and now my listeners can enjoy both brands with a discount from us. And obviously, it's HelloFresh. We've been customers for years. I had it for dinner tonight.
So did I.
I had pork chops, steakhouse pork chops, and they were delicious. And I had the oven baked chicken last night, which was also delicious. I love the oven baked ones. Those are my favorite because you just put everything on the sheet tray and stick it in the oven and set the
We
timer.
rarely do those. I've never done one of those, I don't think.
Oh, they're so good. They're really good. I highly recommend them. And they're really easy. They say it looks like it takes longer because it says they're 40 minutes, but it's literally like you put everything on the sheet tray, set it for 40 minutes, and then you eat. It's great. I highly recommend it. That's one of the better ones for busy nights. Anyway, go to HelloFresh.com/CAGcast16 and use code CAGcast16 for up to 16 free meals and 3 free gifts. Again, go to HelloFresh.com/CAGcast16 and use code CAGcast16 for up to 16 free meals and 3 free gifts. HelloFresh, America's #1 meal kit. Now we're going to talk about our friends at Trade. Trade connects customers to the freshest and best tasting coffee they've ever made at home by partnering with the country's best roasters. These are independent businesses for big cities and small towns. Trade customers are truly impactful for those independent roasters and often being the largest source of new growth for them. Trade's first match guarantee. Trade has a first match guarantee. Trade is so confident they'll match you right the first time that if they don't, they'll take your feedback and an actual coffee expert will work with you to send you a brand new bag for free. Trade sends you freshly roasted beans from 60 of the country's best craft roasters, small businesses who pay farmers fair prices to sustainably source the greatest beans from around the world. Whether your friends call you a coffee snob or you just know when coffee tastes really perfect, Trade coffee experts personally taste test over 450 roasts so they know exactly what to recommend for you. Because the truth is, what I like and what you like can be totally different. You will like a selection of specific coffees that are different from anyone else's tastes. Just answer a couple of questions and you'll get your own personalized variety of coffees delivered fresh to you as often as you like. No gimmick. Trade delivers a bag of freshly roasted coffee as whole beans or ground for however you brew it at home, and they guarantee you'll love your first order or they'll replace it for free. Trade has delivered over 5 million bags of coffee with more than 750,000 positive reviews. Right now, Trade is offering new subscribers a total of $30 off their first order, plus free shipping when you go to drinktrade.com/CAGcast. That's more than 40 cups of coffee for free. Get started by taking their quiz at drinktrade.com/CAGcast. And let Trade find you a coffee you'll love. That's drinktrade.com/CAGcast for $30 off. A Trade subscription is the perfect gift for the coffee lovers in your life.
Love it. Drank it this morning.
Cool.
Washed down some HelloFresh with it.
Whew.
Oh, coffee.
Yeah.
Let's see that Unicron pencil pin holder you got.
Did you hold that up and I missed it? That's cool.
That thing is fantastic.
When you say cool, by the way.
Cool.
It's solid enough that if you hit somebody in the head with it, it would hurt.
Nice.
How sturdy are his horns? They look pretty substantial.
Yeah, they could kill somebody.
Okay.
You could definitely, if you went like that.
That looks like a good episode of Criminal Minds right there.
You could kill somebody. Double eye gouge, no problem.
Nice.
New releases? Are there new releases?
You got the new Klonoa.
No.
We got Time on Frog Island.
No. All right, let's forget that.
These are actually games. These are games.
I know, but we don't know anything about that.
Oh, DJ Max Respect 5.
I tried that. I tried that on the Xbox One.
This is on Game Pass. I didn't realize this. Is this something that, like, we have a resident DJ here?
I think Chibi should give it a shot. I hated it and got rid of it
like
after.
DJ Max games.
The music is going to be bad. I have a feeling.
The tutorial.
The boops and the beeps.
No.
It's a little broken is the problem.
I'm looking up the song list. Yeah,
on the Xbox.
It's got all your favorite artists.
I went to play the tutorial and some of the prompts they give you are keyboard instructions.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, but I'm playing this on an Xbox. Why are you giving me keyboard instructions? And then I just skipped the tutorial and then I went to try to do a song and I was like, this doesn't
You can't do that. This isn't a story. You're not skipping the cutscenes.
Well,
they're teaching you how to play the game.
But they weren't telling me what buttons to push.
Are you sure they weren't A, B, X, and Y and you just thought they were in the keyboard?
No, sometimes let me rephrase. So the beginning was right. So I saw like what buttons, like the basic buttons to push. And then as things got more complicated, it was like, and then hold the shift key. And I'm like, there is no shift key.
That's got to be one of the shoulder buttons.
It's a glitch, probably. You just need to restart the game.
Yeah, I'm like, whatever. And then I played it, and I don't know, I just wasn't feeling it.
I'm sure it's not.
You guys could like it. I thought it was.
I bet I'm gonna like this game.
I'm gonna like the equipment that I have right there. It's really excellent. That can't be replaced by a $50 game. Even a free game on Game Pass.
I'm excited. That's not a game that I would have expected on a Game Pass.
And there it is.
Everything's there now. Yeah, I'm gonna look up a video of it. What else we have this week?
That's really it.
That's it, right?
That's it. There's really nothing else, unless Time on Frog Island is something that you're into.
No, this looks horrible. What is this?
That looks all right.
I have no idea what it is. Just like saying it.
Oh, the DJ Maxx. What is this shit? No, come on.
Have you never played a DJ Maxx game?
I don't think so. I try to avoid it. It looks not like my thing. Like anime girls and a lot of flashing lights.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah, I don't want that.
You don't want that?
No, I told you I have a whole good thing over here with like good music. Not a bunch of things you never heard of before that they got for cheap.
I've never heard of the stuff that you're pumping over there either.
Yes, you have.
Yeah, you laying down the beats.
Running up that hill. Have you heard that song?
I have, because I am 43 years old.
I was gonna say.
No, I mean, have you heard it 10 times in the last month? The answer is yes, you have. What else we got? Wombat's Fortnightly news. That's what we got.
Yeah, I hit level 100 in Fortnite last week.
Awesome, dude.
That was exciting. So, I got my Darth Vader. I know
Does he have a red lightsaber?
He does not have a red lightsaber.
What?
I know, it's very weird.
What a cash grab.
I know, but he does do the Imperial March. Actually, you could let anyone use the Imperial March, which is actually kind of cool. And you could just have them bum 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 bum.
What exactly is, like, I know that I'm familiar with the song Imperial March.
Mm-hmm.
Are there movements that go with the Imperial March that I was not aware of?
Are you familiar with emotes in video games?
Yeah, but no, I like, it just seemed like that was how he walked.
No, because he runs like any other Fortnite character. But if you do the emote, he kind of walks like he's like a slow march, and it plays the music. And if you do the emote with Darth Vader, it does that. And it plays the music, and it's pretty awesome, actually.
That was just silence for me. I didn't hear anything.
No, he breathes.
Oh.
He does the...
Right.
Yeah. And it plays the music, and he marches.
Like, if you were to just see somebody, like, doing the Imperial March without the music, would you know that's what they were doing?
Well, I would hear their music.
No, that's not what the question was.
What I know...
If you were just out in the world...
No.
And somebody was doing the Imperial March without the music.
No, unless they were dressed as Darth Vader, I would know.
You wouldn't say, "Hello, look, there's Darth Vader walking around."
Maybe.
Look, if you watch Obi-Wan, most of Obi-Wan, the series, are the bad guys walking out, not through the Imperial March. They're basically, if you watch the Oral Knots on YouTube, they call it strutting, because mostly they'll be like a bunch of like townspeople, and then like the three main bad guys will strut across the town, and while everybody gawks at them because they're it's like the space Asian with the rice patty hat,
but no, it's the music that makes
pumpkin head.
I mean, it's the music. I mean, so what?
Right.
Yeah, the music is awesome, and I can make anyone do it. I can make Iron Man walk slowly to the Imperial March.
That's the metaverse, Ship. Don't you understand about the metaverse? I feel like you're not getting it.
It's the real metaverse.
That's what people want in the metaverse. They want to be able to make Iron Man do Darth Vader walk.
It's like the game that I'm like made up on, like drew out on paper when I was like 7. Right?
Oh, now you can take
this would
credit.
be great if like the G.I. Joes and the masks and the Goonies were all in this game, and then like here come the turtles.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They're next. Are they in the game?
Again, I'm failing to see where this becomes bad.
Right. He just doesn't like the shooting part.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm not saying I don't think Shipwreck would ever like the game, but
right.
Doesn't mean it's bad.
No, I did not mean to imply that it's bad at all. I was just trying to figure out what an Imperial March was, if not just music.
Well,
Right.
if you want, I could show you.
It's walking
I'm
with
good.
music.
I had the picture in my head. It's just
Mhm.
music.
Speaking of bad, have you checked out nft.gamestop.com?
Is that actually a real site?
Yeah,
I
they
honestly
they launched their marketplace. They launched it.
I thought you put that on the outline as
It's
a joke.
nft.gamestop.com.
Yeah, that's their NFT marketplace. I think it's in beta, but you can now, all your NFT needs can be handled by GameStop.
I'm going to explore. I can explore, collect, and trade NFTs.
I explored for a little bit, and there's still pictures of things that I don't want.
Did you buy a monkey?
No, I didn't buy anything.
Can you buy monkeys on that
Yeah,
site?
for sure. Definitely. I guarantee it. For all your digital monkey needs.
I mean, I'm scrolling and I haven't got to a monkey yet.
But maybe you can't get the big monkeys.
Are they creating the NFTs?
No, it's a marketplace. It's a marketplace.
So it's just for people who have NFTs already
Who want to sell them and buy them.
Okay, so GameStop doesn't have their own NFT. Like they didn't buy a bunch of NFTs and make a site and say, now we're selling the NFTs.
I don't think so. They could do that though.
Like, could they go to like?
They could make their own NFTs.
8man and but they didn't make their own end. I'm very confused about what the money making opportunity is here.
Oh, because they get a cut every time.
Was out. Do you remember when Reggie said,
"Don't
I'll
do
see
this"?
You guys later.
Right, right. No, they make money when people buy or sell their NFTs on their marketplace, just like eBay, but with things that don't exist. That's all. Don't you understand? And by the way, the currency that you use to buy these NFTs is plummeting at a very rapid pace to make the transaction just that much more interesting.
Yeah. I mean, okay, I'm going to say on a scale of 1 to 10.
Yes.
What are the 10 being highly likely, and 1 being not likely at all? Is this going to be successful?
No, I mean this NFT thing seems to be on the way out. So like,
I just said, give me a number between 1 and 10. I didn't ask for commentary.
One, because I mean, look at this. The primary currency behind buying NFTs fell it was $4,000. It was over $4,000 last year, and now it's $1,000. That's not good. That's not going to make people confident in who were buying or selling these things.
Now, are these FDIC insured
transactions? No, of course not. It's nothing. It's bullshit. It's just bullshit. So I don't know. It's very bad, and we shouldn't talk about it anymore. We should talk about the new RoboCop game that they announced, I guess, a date next year, and a gameplay reveal.
Yeah, PC and PS5.
It's coming to everything though. I
thought they just said PC and PS5.
I think those are just like the marketing partners. But I could be wrong. But it looks like a good enough RoboCop game, but not. I don't know. It seems pretty budget. All the voice stuff and anything. I mean, it all looked kind of budget actually. And as Arthur Guys pointed out, or however you say his last name, they didn't even use the right audio samples for any of the guns, his gun or Ed 209's gun, so it's not a good sign. But maybe
it's not the effort and quality that was put into RoboCop and Fortnite.
Right, exactly. It's got to be at least as good. I mean, that model looks great. And they are using I guess Peter Weller's voice or just the original voices from the movie. I don't know if. Hopefully they do that.
The Terminator game though that came out from the studio pretty good. Didn't people like that?
Did they make a Terminator game?
I thought this was the same studio that made the Terminator game.
Starts with an N. I forgot the name though.
Is it Nacon?
Yeah. Terminator Nacon. Let's see. No, did it come out? It didn't come out yet. They announced it. Some game. I don't know. Terminator Survival Project. Anyway, it's going to be, I don't know. How do you make a RoboCop game interesting? That's the thing. He moves pretty slow. He's got some good lines. It's like it seems he's going to run out of stuff to do pretty quickly.
I mean, I assume you go into a warehouse and just shoot guys into vats of toxic waste.
Or just shoot them. In general, and like it looks gory.
I want to shoot someone and have them fall into a vat of toxic waste.
That's not what happens in the movie.
I don't care. It's close enough.
Oh, right. You know who Nacon is?
No.
This is.
Isn't that the guy from The Walking Dead?
Ben.
Oh, okay.
This is remember Big Ben Studios? We went to their booth several times, Cheapy.
Okay, what'd they make?
They
Sherlock Holmes?
made World Rally Championship. Remember those rally games?
Okay, those
You
are
could do
good,
the-
but this is not a driving
Gymkhana.
game.
Well, you do some driving
Didn't
in
they
this,
make
right?
I
Warhammer
don't know.
games?
I don't know that Big Ben ever made Warhammer games. This is the like they made. Didn't they make some Sherlock Holmes games or something? This is a French company.
So none
So
of
is
these
it
games that you've
pronounced
mentioned have shooting in them,
Nickel?
I've noticed.
Tour de France.
Does that have a lot of shooting? Shooting up.
Not a lot of shooting going on. They made some test drives.
It's going to be hard, I feel like, to make a good RoboCop game. Especially like, I mean, he doesn't do, like, what does RoboCop do in the movies? All he does is walk slow and shoot people.
Well, I take it back. They made Warhammer Chaos Bane.
Yeah, I played that game. That's why.
Which one is that?
That's the Diablo-esque.
No
ripoff.
shooting. So no shooting.
No shooting.
Sweet.
Actually, I think it might have shooting in it.
But not first person shooting.
No, it's top down.
Yeah, I feel like that's kind of hard to get right, first person shooting. Like a lot of.
Now they are a publisher, right? They're not like they have developers that make games for them. So
Okay, so
maybe they got a shooter company making this. I don't know.
I'm going to recommend keeping expectations low, and that way we can be
That's how I live my life.
pleasantly surprised. But could be worse. Put it that way. E3's coming back.
Yes.
They announced it. It's happening. Woo.
Good.
And you're excited, Chip. You love E3. Nothing can defeat E3 in your eyes. I know you get emotional about it when people talk about it.
No, I think it just adds a level of excitement that's missing when it's not there, right? Like it's.
But also, Jeff Keighley left the E3 production.
He left it.
Yes.
What do you mean?
That took away some of the excitement as well.
I guess. I mean, did that go over well this year? I don't feel like that really hit.
Summer of
hard
Keighley?
this year. The Summer of Keighley. It's over? Is it still going?
I don't know. I honestly don't
If
know.
it's still hot out, I feel like it's still the Summer of Keighley.
I mean, there's still so much / little going on. I feel like, generally
Right.
speaking,
Right.
I think we're still in a COVID world,
I think you're right.
and that's part of the problem. You know, that thing that we pretend it doesn't exist anymore, but totally does.
The amazing thing is like we're still seeing games like what is it, Skull and Bones or Skull and Crossbones or whatever, like
Skull and Bones.
that we've played. We've played these games at E3,
So long ago. That was so long ago.
and there's still like there's still these games that are still in development, and that's the interesting thing about E3 is like you get to play and see these games like in various states. Like for the some can be like, oh, this is coming out next week. And other ones are like, oh, you're not going to see this ever,
5
or
years.
it's going to be like 5 years from now.
Right. And just imagine they've been working on it all this time, spending all this money. Like maybe they had to start over. You have to wait till Jason's book comes out usually to find out the story. But
Yeah.
but is that game still Skull and Bones still like the same type of game that it was? Like
It's pirates.
pirate
ships.
boats specifically.
Yeah.
All right. I like that.
No, I'm yeah, of course I'm glad to see. I think I don't know why somebody would be upset that E3 says, hey, we're gonna be back next year.
Well, if you make your living doing
And
online presentations, then you might be a little upset.
sure, this is being done by ReadPop now though, so they hired
Oh, for real? Oh, I
Yeah.
did not know that. Interesting.
I didn't know
Yes.
that either. That is very interesting.
so they're partnering with ReadPop to run the convention, but it's not a open to the public type thing still. It's still a
Okay.
press, industry, influencers type environment.
Interesting. I mean, I don't know if Read Pop is good or bad. I just know that that's what they do for a living. So it's probably
Can't hurt, right?
can't hurt.
It's a good idea. I'll say that. It's good to have.
Sure.
Yeah.
They have a pedigree
Mm-hmm.
of, what do they have? A pedigree of Penny Arcade. And
I assume it's
important
going to be
thing-
is it going to be in June? Is it
Yeah,
June?
the
Yeah.
second week in June is they've already announced that.
Yeah, that stinks.
why? Oh, it's what happens in June. It's ad time.
It's my busy. We have if I assuming I still am working, knock on stuff.
Hmm.
Yeah, we have a company vacation freeze for the month of June.
What?
Yeah, it's the only month we're not allowed to take days off is June. unless it's like an emergency or something. Yeah, obviously they're not like monsters.
Emergency 3.
Yeah, exactly.
I gotta see Skull and Bones again. I gotta see Skull and Bones again.
My grandma's sick in LA.
Right.
But your grandmother lived with your parents. No, she lives in LA now. She's a movie star.
Right.
I'm interested to learn more, and there's part of me that's like, so Reed Pop's running this thing. Boy, I hope that stays that way. Like, I just, there's like a part of me that's like, oh boy, if they get like going down this path and then Reed Pop pulls out because
some shenanigans, you mean?
Because ESA seems like everybody seems to have problems with them, right? And then being able to be organized and run things.
You think that ESA is not going to let Reed Pop just take full control? They're gonna.
I don't know.
Right.
I don't know. That's just like, I hope not. That's just something that's like in the back of my mind of
that
like
they could drop out like in January.
Right. Like if they don't have this thing like locked in, because Reed Pop, they're gonna want to like say like this is how you do stuff, right?
Right,
like,
of course.
In order to run this, we need to do these things. And if there's some kind of like hesitation
pushback,
or
pushback,
right. Yeah. So hopefully it all works out.
I'm sure the Penny Arcade guys told them what to do. You know, I'm sure they listened. Don't you think? I'm sure they're used to taking direction for some sort.
Mm-hmm.
Some sort. You know, their name is on it. Should get some say. Anyway, anything else we need to talk about? I feel like we talked a lot.
We don't have to do anything you don't want to.
No, I'm asking you questions here, is what I'm asking.
I mean, we could talk about the BMW nonsense because people are blaming video games for it.
I'm not convinced. Like, I don't think that's going to happen in America.
I don't think it'll happen in America either. For those who don't know, in other countries, BMW is now charging a monthly subscription service for heated seats in their cars. Now, the hardware for the heated seats is already in the car, but the software in the car will block the heated seats from actually working unless you pay them $18 a month or $180 a year.
My guess is that these are for the cars that they just buy for the lot, like not that the ones that the customers are ordering.
No, these are the ones people are buying. These are in the cars. And,
no,
you know, basically
you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, the dealers will order cars just for the lot, and then customers will buy them off the lot. But also customers will say, hey, I want this car with all these features and this color and the seats, you know, to have this whatever. I would seem like pretty weird if you couldn't have the option of just buying the heated seats. Like, I don't know if that's
for $180 a year.
There is a buyout fee, but it's part of that subscription thing. So it's not like when you buy the car, you have the heated seats. You'll buy the car, go home, get online.
Well, we won't because we live in this country.
Well, you know what I mean. And then it's like $1,000 for lifetime. You know, of heated seats.
Well, that's probably what they cost anyway for a BMW.
Well, if you're leasing the car,
right,
for
I'm
say
sure
3
they'll
years,
work it out. Yeah, whatever.
Then
this is a first world problem.
Yeah, I know. It's
an interesting supply chain in manufacturing.
I also saw people say, like, let's say you lived in New York and you had a BMW. You don't need heated seats from April through November, really.
You don't need them at all.
I see how this business-wise came to be on this one, because if you can build and source the same thing over and over again, then it makes it easier for your supply chain and manufacturing to just pump out the same seats,
the heated seat.
Yeah, and so if you're doing that at all times, and you know that option is not going to, like you're saying, Wombat, like not being used all the time in New York, then they've tried to counter those costs by passing it along to the whales that will pay for these, right? Like, so they put it in there as somewhat of either a break even or not, or a loss, like on the whole. And this is how they make their money back on it, by making it easier for them to manufacture and source up front.
Right.
I get it too. And again, it's a very video game-esque thing, which is why I brought it up to begin with.
I think it's only video game-esque in that people just equate monthly fees and subscriptions.
Right, the reasoning behind it is different.
Service,
the question
video
is,
games.
it also is, do you think at some point you'll see a used car dealership that's selling jailbroken BMWs? Like a phone. Like everything's unlocked.
They're going to be sued.
Anyway,
I think it's not going to, I don't know. It seems, I don't know. Hopefully the supply chain.
I think this is an experiment that BMW is able to have. I don't think this is them dipping their toes in here to see if it makes sense.
I don't know. I know
financially to do this long term, to just build all the cars with all the features
in more important markets.
Right, but you build the same model car over and over again, right? You're not
I feel like heated seats should be standard on a BMW. It was probably standard on the BMW all before. That's what I'm wondering.
It could be.
Yeah, and because I have a Ford EcoSport and that thing has heated seats. I would be shocked if a BMW didn't. So I don't think there was a non-heated seat option prior to this. And now they're saying, well, this thing that we've always had that's already built in. Now you can't. Now you can't access it unless you pay. And as Darkness mentioned in the chat, Apple CarPlay, they're charging for that now too. It's also part of this micro transaction model.
I think they stopped doing that though, because the blowback.
All these things that were standard in a 2020 BMW are now locked behind a paywall.
Yeah, but the thought there is that
Wombat crosses BMW off the list.
Yeah, off the list. The thought there, I mean, it's a hardware cost versus software cost analysis they're doing so that they can bring down theoretically, right? I don't know their numbers, but it's theoretically they can bring down and cut their margins on the hardware and make it back up on the software side. Is what. So they can sell you a BMW for
get away with it.
Correct. They can sell you the BMW cheaper to get you into their ecosystem so that they can then make the money back on the subscriptions.
Assuming
and then they can give you the BMW
they
at the lower than the competitor's cost of just buying the car, right?
Assuming that they're selling a BMW cheaper, or is it still the same? Because it's still a BMW. Those aren't cheap cars.
Well, no, I didn't say it was a cheap car. I'm saying they're trying to counteract their
who are they
hardware
undercutting?
Costs.
Who becomes the competition then? Is the competition
Mercedes?
And if Mercedes isn't doing this and the cars are the same cost, and you can get, then I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Exactly.
I'm not saying this is I'm not pro they should definitely be this. I'm just saying
you're always so
the
pro
business
corporation.
Sense. It's not. I just have interest in how that stuff works, right?
Like, sure.
I'm interested too. I think it's interesting too. I don't know if they're going to be able to pull. Well, they're not even trying it in the United States yet, which I think says a lot.
Where are they trying this at? Because I mean, it's all regional.
I think mostly just in Europe, but
okay.
We'll see. We'll see what happens.
Can't wait.
That was interesting. Now we can go.
Right. Yes. We needed to have that conversation about BMWs.
I thought so.
It affects a lot of our listeners. And
as a guy who drives a Ford EcoSport, these things are important.
Exactly. I saw a Ford EcoSport on the highway the other day.
I've been seeing more and more of them, which is weird because they don't make them anymore. I wonder if, now, the word is out. They're going to be like, oh, we need to make more.
I don't think that's how it works.
I don't think it's ever going to happen, but you know.
I was like, what is that thing? Oh, Ford EcoSport.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of shape is that exactly?
I never saw a turd with wheels on it before.
No. It was brown though. All right, let's say goodbye and farewell, and we'll see you next week. Maybe. I don't even know if we're doing a show next week, are we? Maybe. You'll have to wait and find out.
I think so.
Shipwreck seems doubtful. I can tell by his face.
All right. See? Well, whatever. We'll figure it out.
All right. Bye.
Fred's done.